Hello, so I am going to do 3 readings, and then instead of the 4th reading, I'm going to look back at your cards and see if there are any threads or any themes or any cards that are coming out more than once, multiple cards. So you have lots of cards that came out more than once in your 3 readings, which I think is really good because, life is it's not as fast as 1 week. Very little happens in a week. So to get repeating cards is, I think, really good because it's the same thread that's going through from week to week, which is very normal. So you got the Hermit twice, which is a major arcana. The Hermit is twofold. It's either about introspection, about looking in, going in. Basically, it's that feeling of spending the day in bed. It's finding your cave, staying in your cave, or just moving away from the world a little bit, maybe, or just going inward. That's the Hermit. But then also, it's a message of once you've done your introspection, he's now coming down from the mountain and he's found the light, and now he has to share the light with the world. So the light is what you find when you go with inside. It's your inner wisdom, your vision. It's that inner, it's that healing. It's passing it on. Then you got twice the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords is cautioning she's tied up, she's bound, and she can't see. However, her binds aren't very tight. She could probably escape from that and then take that off, and then she would see that the water that she stands in, her problems, it's not as deep as she thinks it is, and the swords are behind her. That she can get through this. It's worse by being trapped than if she wasn't trapped, and she could untrap herself. And if you have the strength and the vision from the Hermit, from looking inwards, you see she can't see, she's also looking inwards. Then once you've got to unbind those things now, because you have your light, and then you can move forward. Then the other 2 cards I found really interesting because they're both queens, Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. To get 2 queens, I think, is very telling. She is an older woman generally, and you can see there's lots of symbolism in there. This is about following your passion. This is fire. It's lighting that spark. And then this is about thought, clarity, wisdom, vision. So the queens represent the inner reflection of their deck. So swords, it's air, but swords is also about the mind. So she is the type of person who, once she's experienced something or is experiencing something, she has to stop and think it out, really think about it, which is very cool. This is about inwardness, inward, the mind. And then by doing that, she gains clarity. You see, can't see, but by following vision, the clouds are all below her vision, and now she has clarity. So if you go inside, you will also be able to see. That's what the lamp does. It helps you to see the star. And then the Queen of Wands. So wands represent fire. They also represent passion. They also represent starting, igniting that passion. It's the start. So she is thinking, and she is actually starting her passion. She's this queen. This is one of my favorite queens because she doesn't care what other people think. She just does it anyway. She follows her own passion. So yeah, I think that is very telling to get two queens. And there's a lot here about clarity, about going within, about seeing clearly, about looking, seeing. So yeah, there's a lot here about looking inward and then getting clarity. So I think there are lovely four cards that have repeated. And yeah, I would be interested if you see anything else here that, in your own interpretations, all these things. This is about psychic clarity, perhaps. Maybe igniting that psychic clarity. So, yeah, this is the only major card, so maybe that would be a good start. And then there's two queens. I think that's amazing. So, I hope that you get something from that. And I've learned a lot from looking at your cards. And I had a good giggle because in one of them you got the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is a heart with three swords in it. And instead of saying, it's the Three of Swords, I said the Three of Hearts. And I never picked it up, that error. But I think that's telling. There's no such thing as an error. Maybe it means something. The Three of Hearts instead of the Three of Swords. Okay. Let me know if you get anything from that. And thank you for letting me do your readings. Bye.